Welcome back.
That was a good one. I heard Lenny moan through the glass in the studio here. That was a good one.
Well, I asked him a simple question. Where does oxygen?
That's not a simple question.
Well, it don't just come from the tank. They got to put it in the tank. How do they get it?
Well, you sound like Bill Cosby. Why is there air now?
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Oh, just simple questions. And they
blow up a balloon that has a special filter in it. Then when they let it out and it goes, that's all the oxygen going into the tank.
Oh,
you know, I think like in what we're breathing now is only like 10% oxygen.
They percolate it. No,
so they get it from the air through a chemical process.
It's a chemical process.
They can pull it from air. They can pull it out of water. They can pull it.
There's a lot of ways they can do it. You know.
Oh, okay. See, it's a simple thing which I never thought about, and hopefully somebody else in the world.
It sounds simple, but it's complicated, especially when we have to explain it to you.
There are chemists that do this.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure.
Aliens, Joe.
I just wondered what is a simple way. I mean, simple way
photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. That's where it comes from.
To figure out a simple thing like, well, we gave him oxygen. Well, how did you get it?
Get it out of that green tank over there.
How did it get in the green tank?
That guy on the truck brought it. And he got it from the guy in the big tank who brought it.
And where did the big tank get it?
From that building over there where there's a bunch of signs that say, don't light a cigarette in
there. You go.
Oh.
Here you go, Joe.
Yes.
In the natural world,
most
of Earth's oxygen comes from photosynthesis, like I said.
The plants.
But mostly from the ocean. All the algae and stuff in the ocean, when it goes
releases
oxygen. Yes. Photosynthesis in the algae and things like that releases oxygen in the atmosphere. That's where 50 to 80% of the oxygen comes from in the atmosphere.
So are there places on
ocean.
Earth that have more oxygen than others?
The jungle.
Sure, jungle.
The jungle has more oxygen.
Sure. And there was a time, they say, that there was a time when there was more oxygen in the atmosphere
than there is
and
now.
That was one of the reasons why the dinosaurs were so big. The big, gigantic animals, because they had more oxygen.
Oh.
So there you go.
There was probably about 20% of the atmosphere was oxygen back then.
Now it's 10?
10.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That's why you had 2-foot-long insects back then.
Yeah.
And giant dragonflies.
Oh, see, I never heard that one.
Cockroaches.
That's interesting.
Cucarachas, very big cucarachas.
Yeah.
You could put a saddle on.
So that's why they figure a lot of that stuff was so big.
Yeah.
Because the air they breathed.
Breath. Yeah, whatever you said, Joe.
Breath. They breathed it. They breathed it.
That's right.
Breathed it.
Now that's interesting. That's interesting.
They breathed it.
Yeah. But I know when you're in a jungle, it's a different.
It's humid.
Yeah. But there's a different, like in Australia, I was in jungle. And in Africa, I was some bamboo jungle.
I've never really been in a jungle outside of South Florida. That's subtropical.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty much like a jungle.
In
the summer, it's pretty hot down
Well,
there.
yeah, but it wasn't that hot, but it was jungle. Both in Africa and Australia. Australia, where we were hunting boar, jungle. I mean, there's nobody was there. As really, and then the other was Africa, when we went to the Aberdares up in the mountains, and you drop down into the jungle, and that was cool because it's so different. And bamboo forests, that the bamboo is like trees, like 6 and 8 inches in diameter bamboo. That was weird. Oh, that was some pretty. I got a lot of pictures, but I don't know why. Everything I took back then was in black and white. I think I took a black and white film because for magazines or something. So I have a lot of black and white.
Black and white pictures are clearer, though, I think.
Could be. But now they can colorize
I used
them.
to take a lot of black and white.
Yeah. Yeah, it had a higher, what is the term, Carl?
Definition.
Yeah, but there's a higher ASP What's the ASP?
ASE rating.
ASE rating, yeah. Yeah, you could get like 2,000 where color was like, well, in the beginning, color was what, 64?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. So, but yeah, to go to see a jungle, you hear about them, but they are so unique. And when you're like in the Aberdares, you're up high and you go down and down, and keep going, finding game trails to get down there. And you walked. That's when I lived in a tree for a few days to hunt bongo. And
the way they get oxygen,
yes,
like you had when you were in the hospital,
yes,
is something called fractional distillation.
Okay.
And it's taken out of the air we breathe.
So they just get it, so it's there. Mm-hmm. It's more the cost of the machine
you cool
to do
the
it.
air to extremely low temperatures.
Oh.
Like minus 196 degrees Celsius.
Whoa.
Or 321 degrees, minus 321 degrees.
Yeah.
And the air will turn liquid.
Oh.
The nitrogen is boiled off. Oxygen is not. Oxygen vaporizes first.
Okay.
And comes out.
Yeah.
Because it vaporizes at minus 183 degrees Celsius, where nitrogen vaporizes at minus 196.
Okay.
So the nitrogen will stay in its liquid form. The oxygen goes back to gas.
And then they capture it.
And put it in a big tank and then stick it up your nose.
Wow. Now, see?
With a cannula.
Huh?
A cannula. You know what a cannula is?
No.
That's the little things
the
tubes they stick up your nose with the oxygen.
Oh, okay.
Just the little short tubes they put in your nostrils. Yeah. That's the cannula.
And it makes you talk like this.
Yeah.
How do you guys know all this stuff?
Because my wife's a nurse.
Oh.
And I'm naturally curious.
Well, I was naturally curious, and Doc was looking
you sure
at me.
Are. People look at you all the time and
like
go.
I had 4 eyes, but I just thought I and other people, listeners, would like to know how do they do it? And
chemically. And he explained
but it's not just chemically; it's a process.
Yeah,
and that's very interesting. They
cool it off, and it separates,
and it separates on its own, and then they capture it and bottle it.
It's like making liquor.
Yeah.
You know, they put the corn and the stuff in the pot and boil it.
Yeah.
And
it distills the liquor
little bit of sugar in there, and the yeast eats the sugars that are in the corn.
So it's the moisture that raises.
Alcohol is a waste product.
Right.
And then they boil that, and the alcohol boils at a lower temperature than water.
Yeah.
So all the alcohol goes up into the still and down that curly-Q thing coming out of the copper pot that Otis Campbell and Andy Griffith used to go see.
So it sticks to it?
And then it cools off in the coil, and at the bottom it drips out, and that's straight moonshine liquor.
Is that in the tube or on the outside of it?
It's in the tube.
Okay.
In the tube, yep.
Wow. Okay. Whoa. Boy, we haven't had any callers, but we have one now.
Oh, bro.
So let's go. Let's see if I get this right. Good morning, Jim. Hello, Jim.
Hello.
Hey.
You were just talking about, the oxygen and the dinosaurs and everything. And when my daughter got married, we went down to Puerto Rico, and I went into the rainforest. And in the rainforest, they had these huge fern trees. I mean, like you were saying, bamboo, 6-8 inches in diameter.
Yeah.
When you went to what is it? That island that you went to in the rainforest. But anyways, we went to the Deep Creek State Forest, and it's like way out in the panhandle of Maryland.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they have this museum, this nature center that they built from the site right there. And there was a fossil hanging on the wall. And I said, "What's that?" And they said, "Well, we don't know. It was dug up on site right here when they built this nature center." So I figured it out. fossil from a giant fern tree.
Oh.
They had giant fern trees, because the way those fronds fall off, they leave a little scar.
Yeah.
And it was a giant fern in Maryland.
Wow.
So it just goes to show you how the Earth has changed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I got.
You got it. Thanks.
Thanks,
Jim.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, see, I'm learning how to run this new board. And how's Dale doing?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey.
Hi, Dale.
Great. Hey, just two quick comments here. Listening to the awesome show this morning on the bat thing. I heard Doc mention about how children are found, or if you find a bat in the room, they get the shots. Well, I always thought, if you had the animal that bit you, you could take it in and they test it.
Yeah, they'll test it if it's in the room. But if it was, say you had it in the room and you let it go, okay? Some people pick up a bat and they throw it out the window. It's alive and they throw it out the window, and you don't know if that bat was rabid or not.
Right. So a guy who I work with at the tractor store, last fall, he got bit by a bat in his house and captured that bat, killed it,
Yeah.
and took it with him to the hospital to get checked out. They set him up for the shots anyhow. They said, we don't wait around to see if the bat is infected or not. So he had to go through the regime of shots. I guess that's
better safe than sorry. And it depends on where you get bit. If you get bit on an extremity, they might test it. I know I've had to take a lot of dogs and bats and everything else down to Akron. That they used to test them there. There's some tests now they can run that are really specific, and they can run them pretty fast. Now, 20, 30 years ago, they had to send it to Columbus to have them tested, or to Akron to have them tested. But now they can test them a lot quicker. But if you get bit like up around the face or on your ear or something, they just give you the tests right then and there, because it depends on where you get tested. That virus runs up your nerves, and the closer it is to your brain, the quicker that virus will get to your brain. So if you get bit around your face, it's going to go to your brain a lot quicker. So you start getting the test pronto.
Yeah. Hey, okay, switch gears to the ship that's in. I'm going down there Saturday for the commissioning ceremony, and I know Joe asked about what the commissioning thing was, and Joe, back in the day when you got a new boat and you had a wife or a girlfriend, I guess it was pretty common, to get a bottle of wine on a nice sunny sunset evening and go out in the lake and, have a commissioning. You know what I'm saying? Number two, that ship's very interesting. It has no propellers.
What?
Good friend of mine is on the USS Cleveland Commissioning Committee board, and they refer to it as a 385-foot jet ski.
Wow!
Really? It doesn't have propellers?
Drive, huh? Wow!
No propellers, and its function is to operate in much shallower waters than other ships can handle.
Oh.
And, I think that's got a lot to do with all the boats being around,
keeping
people away. I don't know how maneuverable that thing is. I don't understand the ducting or the chutes or the baffles. I'm sure there's an official name for how that thing diverts thrust to be able to back up and swing sideways and stuff. So anyhow, it's pretty cool fact about
cool.
that. Yeah.
Okay. We appreciate it.
Yep.
Thanks, Dale.
Thank you. Later. Take care.
See you, Dale.
You betcha.
Enjoy that commissioning.
Okay. Okay, and now we got to take a break because we got the fishing report on the other side.
Already?
Yep.
Here we come, walking down the street. We get the funniest looks from everyone we meet. Hey, we're the monkeys, and people say we monkey around, but we're too busy singing.
If you troll for walleye, steelhead, or even salmon, you need to check out Castaway's Magnetic Divers. The release is magnetic, so if it trips accidentally, no need to retrieve it. Simply give the line slack, it sinks and resets itself automatically. When fishing is slow, trip the diver when trolling. It will come up through the water column and very often trigger a strike because you are now covering different depths. It can be set to go off to the right, left, or straight behind the boat. It comes in 3 sizes and different colors. Why not try one today? You can order them online at castaway.com. That's castaway.com with a K. You will not only improve your fishing success, but will make trolling fun again because of no more retrieving after a false release. That's Castaway's Magnetic Diver at www.castaway.com with a K.
Are you ready to catch the big one? Introducing Kodiak Fish Attractant Catfish Bombs, your ultimate secret weapon for a successful fishing trip. Designed with fishermen in mind, Kodiak Catfish Bombs release an irresistible scent that draws catfish in from miles away. Just toss it in, wait a bit, and watch the action unfold. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, these bombs are hot stuff. Perfect for the weekend angler or those late-night catfish excursions. Watch your catch rate explode with Kodiak Fish Attractant Catfish Bombs. Available online at castaway.com. That's Castaway with a K.
For those that fish Lake Erie and are used to fishing with Dipsy divers, I think they've got to try my diver, Castaway's Magnetic Diver. And what's so neat about it, it's a magnetic release. So you don't have to fight. But the problem with the regular Dipsies is that they'll trip. You got to bring them in.
Or sometimes they won't trip.
Or they won't trip. This is a magnetic release, so you let it into the water, and as it has slack, it falls and it sets and then dives. And then when a fish hits it, it trips it, comes to the surface and comes in. But the neat thing about it as well is you can fish with it. You can trip it. You can let it come up through the water column. You can reset it. So it's a great way to get a bait down and away from the boat. So it's Castaway's Magnetic Diver, but it's something, if you're a troller, you need to look into. It's a great product and a great way to make fishing a lot easier and a lot more productive. Order yours today.
Unleash the bite with Castaway baits and scents. Their Kodiak Shrimp Attractant Paste is Captain Bob's go-to. 15 times the scent of live shrimp, slathered on lures to drive fish wild. From freshwater to saltwater, these scents and baits are dominating tackle boxes everywhere. Don't let the big ones slip away. Visit castaway.com now and load up. It's the edge every angler's chasing.
Thanks for listening to the Inside the Great Outdoors podcast. If you have any questions, comments, or stories you'd like to share, shoot us an email at jcoulis@castaway.com. That's Castaway with a K. We'll share your comments with our audience on the following week's show. Thanks again for listening to Inside the Great Outdoors.
Welcome back. Listening to Inside the Great Outdoors Fishing Report.
Oh, man. Fishing. We were talking about all the birds out there earlier. The fish are out there too, boys and girls, let me tell you. Especially the walleye. Walleye, they are basically jumping out of the lake.
Lake Erie.
Yep. Lake Erie walleye fishing is off the charts good. It's good. Phenomenal off Lorraine. Really good off of towards Vermilion, Cranberry Creek area, Ruggles Reef, out in front of the Rocky River and the Gold Coast, right off of Lakewood there, the big skyscraper apartment buildings. That's what they call the Gold Coast, over towards the mouth of the Rocky River. They're doing real good. And off of Cleveland, they're catching them too.
How?
So they're trolling, using jerk baits, and some guys are starting to cast and drag harnesses.
Yeah.
So with night crawlers, they're doing really well.
They're jigging.
Casting
like you're casting an Erie Deary.
Yeah.
They're using blade baits.
Yep. And jigs.
Yeah.
They're still jigging them out on the reefs and catching fish. They're starting to troll. Talk to Captain Bob and Captain Carol out there at Anchors Away Marina and Fishing Fool Charters, and they're starting to cast for them, and they're jigging for them, and they're just starting to cast for them. So with their weight forward spinners, the Lake Erie weapons they call them.
They're running up the river, in Rocky River too.
They're still in shallow. The fish are in shallow. They're catching really nice fish off the breakwalls. The shore guys are catching them in the evenings, and they're throwing the big twister tails, big rattle traps, and the jerk baits, the Smithwick Rogues, the what are they? The 20s, the Smithwick 20s, and the Smithwick 10s are the two that are doing really well, and the Rapala Husky Jerks.
Yep.
And one of my favorite Husky Jerk colors is the classic Fire Tiger. That's a really good color.
Is color matter?
Yeah.
Sure.
Why?
Something to get their attention.
Why?
They're looking for something that does sort of look like a perch.
Yeah.
But a lot of it has to do with the vibration and the movement in the water, and then they see that color flash, and that's what does it. Sometimes that's why when the water's clearer later in the year, right now it's a little bit muddy closer to shore with all the rain we've had, and it's a little bit dingy. But as it clears up later in the year, a lot of guys will go to the baits that have chrome on them, like a blue and chrome is always a hot bait when you're trolling for Lake Erie walleye.
Purple and chrome.
Clear water.
Yep. And because that chrome flashes, and it just
red
looks like
chrome.
And a minnow, you see,
black and chrome.
That's what a minnow does eat.
Black and chrome, the natural colors, and then sometimes just the weird colors of pink and purple and whatever. They have all sorts of colors that you would think there's nothing that swims in the lake that is that color.
Right.
But it drives the fish nuts.
Yeah, they like it.
And it seems like every year there's always a different color that comes along.
Yeah.
And they always have the weird names, and, some called Marvin, Starvin' Marvin, and,
It's always the expensive ones they want.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why there's so many guys that are doing custom painted lures.
Well, I'll tell you what,
and
they're
really beautiful.
Still
they work
in business,
too.
I would be doing it.
Yeah, that'd be perfect for you with your airbrush skills.
Oh man,
you could be the king of the painted
the Leonardo da
Coulis.
With the shop, I could have an outlet for it, and I could in my paint room with my spinning wheel. I could be doing tons of them at a time, and
Monet de Coulis.
His first color pattern could be the Moaning Lisa.
Right next to
transitioning her
to the commission of the Coulis.
Yeah.
Or something such.
Something like
that.
Or
something like that.
I just want to remind everybody, if you're getting your ramp pass at any of the metro parks, have your OH numbers with you if you're going to purchase a ramp pass.
A pass for multiple uses?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Your annual pass to park. And
have your OH numbers
because they do check.
Yeah.
The Inland Lakes.
Buy that pass.
I did
OH
make it out.
Numbers.
What day was it? Thursday or Friday? I went out to Mosquito.
Yeah.
And it was, beautiful day. A little bit chilly. It was when the cold was in. It was a little bit chilly, but the fishing was off. It wasn't great, but I still caught some fish. I caught like half a dozen crappies and a nice, beautiful pumpkin seed, and 4 or 5 little perch too. And just using the soft plastics. But since it got cold, and the heavy front was coming through, I downsized the baits again. I went back to the smaller baits, and I caught more fish on those than I did on the regular size soft plastics. So I went small again and caught fish. And all the crappies I caught, they were all males, and they were all dark, beautiful fish, and all colored up for the spawn. And I think in that area of Mosquito, in the Marina Cove, and then the cove over by the dog park at the state park, that's the other spot I fish. I think those fish, the females have laid the eggs and have moved out, and the males are guarding the nest now. So they'll be there for a little while. And the ones I caught, they weren't real big, but they were just beautiful fish, dark. But I have heard other lakes, they're just still staging.
Really?
They haven't spawned yet.
Yeah.
Oh.
So like Lake Milton, I was talking to a guy, he said, in Milton, the fish aren't in yet. They're still out deep. In Berlin, the same way.
Wow.
And West Branch.
I've heard in southeastern Ohio it's like that too.
Yeah,
Some
it's
of
really
my buddies
strange
down
how
there
it's
said
going lake to lake.
They're just not hitting yet down there.
And I went to Nimisila, and I didn't even get a bite on anything, not even a bluegill.
Really?
And I tried everything in the box.
Why do you think?
I have no idea. I don't know if it's fished out, if guys who have fished there have kept everything, or with the weather pattern and everything, the fish just moved back out deep. I saw birds working and stuff hitting the surface way out in the middle, so they might have moved out.
Yeah.
But they were not in close to shore at all. And I fished multiple spots, different banks, different sides of the lake, and nothing. So it just you think you have a bad day of fishing, but it makes you think, why is it like that? And the water's super clear, even after all the rain at Nimisila, is super clear water. I also have heard that the crappie fishing has been pretty good at Portage Lakes too. They're catching some really nice crappies there, and so if you can, it's still that time. We get a couple of nice warm days with a little bit of wind. Get out there and catch some fish, and I think most of the your county metro parks lakes, they have stocked with trout and catfish and everything, and their stocking programs go. So get out there and take your kids out and have them go fishing. I know the guys from Cass Cray, I got to give them a shout out. They helped out a Boy Scout troop yesterday, and down in the Alliance area, down that way, southeastern area, and I guess they had a great time. A lot of kids and having fun and catching fish. And
if you're taking a kid fishing, what would you use? What would you be at the base?
Duct tape. Just wrap it around them, put the pole in their hand, and just sit them in a chair.
What would you use for
duct
bait?
tape them to the chair?
For bait, what would you? Night crawlers,
worms or
wax
maggots.
Worms? Okay, live bait.
I like to get worms or wax worms usually. Maggots are okay. Bill Keith, my guardian. What's this say? He sent me a bunch of pictures. There's something to do with the Rocky. Hang on. Okay,
He's looking at. Well, Doug, hang on.
Walleye in this section of the river. Yeah. Oh, Doug. Cool. He's
What's it? Sideways.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hard to read. But
I'll figure it out. He sent pictures and a couple of notes.
Good.
And yeah.
Okay.
Oh, very cool.
Well, Doug, hang on. It'll be a little while, but we'll get to you. And we'll take a break. You're listening to Inside the Great Outdoors, and we will return.
Kodiak Shrimp Attractant, Captain Bob's must-have. Blast lures with shrimp scent that fish can't resist. It's perfect for any water. Pros are stacking their kits with Castaway's killer pastes and soaps. Don't get skunked while they cash in. Head to Castaway.com today and grab the scents that turn bites into battles. Castaway. Fish won't wait.
Tired of messy bait that spoils fast? Meet the new Kodiak Fish Attractant Paste. Powerful scent and flavor packed into a convenient 2-ounce tube, or the new smaller 1/2 ounce pocket-sized tube. Kodiak gives you all the fish-calling power of freeze-dried baits, concentrated attractants, long shelf life, and easy application, without the hassle. Perfect for freshwater or saltwater, and tough enough to stay on your hook cast after cast. More scent, less mess, more strikes. Ask for Kodiak Fish Attractant Paste at Great Lakes Outdoor Supply or at Castaway.com. That's Castaway with a K.
Outdoor enthusiasts, get pumped! Join Joe Castaway Coulis on his solo adventure, The Outdoor World of Castaway Coulis, on the Outdoor Radio Network. The legend is back and now on radio. Every Wednesday at 11 a.m., Joe brings you thrilling stories, expert tips, and all things hunting, fishing, and wild exploration. Catch The Outdoor World of Castaway Coulis. Tune in to the Outdoor Radio Network on iHeartRadio. Head to iHeart.com or grab the iHeartRadio app to start your adventure today.
Thanks for listening to the Inside the Great Outdoors podcast. If you have any questions, comments, or stories you'd like to share, shoot us an email at jcoulis@castaway.com. That's Castaway with a K. We'll share your comments with our audience on the following week's show. Thanks again for listening to Inside the Great Outdoors.
Welcome back.
In the rock.
Time for storytelling today. It's not as much a story as it's memories of
that's
my mother.
It's a story.
Yeah, because it's multiple.
Mm-hmm.
And when I just think of her, the one of the memories sticks in my head. I don't know why. We would go to Canada every year. My father would go with 2 doctors and an uncle, and they would drive up to Canada to fish. And then later in the summer, my father, me and my sister and my mother would go and stay in this little cabin. And so the one was a real fishing trip and the other was a family. And 2 things I remember. The one I remember, I caught a frog and they somehow put it on the hook. Now, I'm talking, I was probably, my father died when I was 5, so I had to be 4, 3. And I lowered it in the water, and this pike wanded it in the worst way. And I kept jerking it out so he couldn't catch it because I didn't want him to take my frog. The other one is my father was out in the boat, and I was at shore. It was raining. And they had a dock where you had your boat. I think there was even an little protected thing. Anyway, my mother's out of the rain casting and caught about as I remember, 3 to 4 pound smallmouth. And she caught it casting in the rain. I don't know why that sticks in my head. So from those trips, that's all I remember. But the one thing, and you remember Ralph Tarsitano worked at Channel 8.
He worked at 8 and worked at 3 for a little while.
Okay. And back then, when I was doing my television show, or before, when they would film, they filmed with Ektachrome film.
Mm-hmm.
And when it got down to the end, they put in a new roll.
Yep.
So he would give me these cutoffs, which were sizable enough. And I would film. And then I had to get them developed. And I didn't have the money to get them developed. And my mother kept paying and paying and paying. And she kept saying, "Why are you doing it? What are you going to do with this?" Because I'm stockpiling. Through time, I was able to pay her back for all that money that she spent. And I did use all of that film and stuff. But I'll never forget, she kept complaining why. But she paid. And then when she was in a nursing home for about a year, when she got sick, I would go see her every day. Sometimes I'd go there, she'd be sleeping. But the people there at the nursing home thought my name was Jokulas. Because when I'd walk in, she'd scream. She'd be by the big TV, Jokulas. And they thought that was my name. Jokulas was my first name. But I paid for all that, almost a year, for her to stay there, so I repaid her. But I guarantee you, if it wasn't for her, no way. How could I leave my business for a month and travel around the world? And so often I would ask, because I've said this many times, I would tell her, say I accomplished something. I don't remember what. And I'd say, "How come you never compliment what I just did?" And she would tell me, "It's not for me to say, that's for others." And then through time, even to today, I'll run into somebody, and they'll say, "Oh, we loved," because she'd wait. She treated every person that came to the shop to buy tackle or buy bait. She would dip out the bait and all that, sell bait, or pick up taxidermy, whatever. She treated everyone like her son. And they said she bragged about you like you would not believe. So to my face, she wouldn't say a thing. But boy, to all the people, she did. But I hear such wonderful stories from people because she'd give them a hug and treated them just like they were family. And they remembered that. And a lot of them were little kids back then that are grown up and now have kids.
So that's what Keith yesterday was saying, that he went to your shop when he was younger and the kids would take his kids there.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And it's neat the connections that we make through this show. Let's put it that way.
Sure.
And but yeah, going back to your mother, and that's one thing that's lost in today's generations is the fact that, you know, they're not there to tell you how great you are. They're there to help you and push you and care for you and all of that stuff.
To educate you.
That's up for others to say. You don't go looking for that.
Yeah.
That stay humble in your life.
Well, and I learned it for sure.
But I'll tell you that, you know, that's like Keith. I want to take him out to get him a steak dinner somewhere.
Do something.
Something.
And
he's like, no, it's fine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but our mothers
I'll get him someday.
Oh, yeah. You'll figure something.
But I wanted to clear up he has a letter with pictures from 1994 of him catching walleye in the Rocky River. And it was sent to, I don't know, it was the EPA, it said, or something, but he has a letter back from them saying this is the first recorded walleye ever in that part of the river where he was fishing, where he caught this walleye. And it was from 1994. So what, that's 30 some years, 32 years ago.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a really good sign of the health of the lake, number one, and the forage base that goes up the river, and the predators follow because the water's so clean, they can make it, and just great stuff. But thanks, Keith.
I'm waiting to see if the white bass will go up the river.
They might,
you know.
Yeah,
that'd be a really good sign.
Should be white bass run should be happening.
Should be happening
soon.
About now. I would think.
Yeah.
Some other memories. My mother did love to fish, and I'd have somebody bring her up to Lake Ontario, and she would be fishing, catching salmon, trolling and everything, or Lake Erie for walleye. But she loved it. And I remember, I have to pull it out, I had her do a commercial for the freeze-dried minnows. And she's talking about the minnows, and then she ends it, I don't know what else to say. And it was so cute. I just thought of that now. But yeah, she was, oh boy, brings tears. But I'll tell you what, those memories you never forget them, never. And so just remember that today in Mother's Day. But yeah, she loved to fish. She really loved. And she loved to wait on the customers. And when I first started, I was in my basement. And she skinned fish for me. And somebody would come to the door, and she had her apron on, rubber apron, and big knife, and she'd come to the door, can I help you? And here she is standing with this big butcher knife because she's been skinning fish, and they're looking at, okay, what's going on in this place? And
it's like the movie Psycho or something.
Yeah.
Did that violin's going?
Yes. But so a mother is so important. And if you're blessed to have a good one, you're just cherish it. And no matter what and then always on Mother's Day and her birthday, because her birthday was May 24th. So it was always close to Mother's Day. Mm-hmm. I would go buy the biggest card that I could find, like a foot tall, how they had them big ones. and I'd always write a note to her. And I've got some notes that she wrote back to me, like, I am so lucky to have such a wonderful son, or just his little things. And I found these notes that she would write, and was just so neat. And I found the cards that I wrote to her, and I kept telling her the same thing. I'm going to make it up. I'm going to make it up. Going to make it up. And I did, I think. But, just going to see her every day made her day, because being in a nursing home, that's like the pits, But at least then at the end, I had that nurse live with her for about another year. And so she was at home. So that was good, too. And she waited till after Christmas was over, decided that she had enough, and she left. So anyways, that's my story, sticking to it. But it's an important day today, Mother's Day, Mother's Week, Mother's Year. So you got any good memories, Carl, about Mother?
My mom, she wasn't much on fishing. She was okay. She didn't like water.
Oh.
When she was little, she almost drowned. So she had a fear of water. But I'm telling you what, she could build a bonfire.
Really?
To beat the band.
Really?
She knew how to stack the wood in the right, so there was air and where to light it.
Oh, yeah,
and it would
you need
just
air.
Whoosh. And we used to have we used to call it the field. It was an empty lot by our house.
Yeah.
We had a basketball hoop we put there. We used to build tree forts and forts on the ground, and we'd go over there and play and, play football and baseball and shoot baskets. But we'd have bonfires. We'd camp out over there, and we'd have bonfires, and she'd come out and help us with the bonfire. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And everybody in the neighborhood was like, man, your mom's cool. She can make a bonfire. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome. So,
oh, cool.
But yeah, she was.
What about you, Doc? You got a good memory?
Yeah, my mom and me once got caught for drag racing on East 55th.
What?
This is the kind of Mother's Day story we need.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. She had a 62 Chevy.
Yeah.
327.
You're kidding.
Stick shift. And, yeah, we got caught on East 55th. She had to go down to Warner and Swayze for something, for a check or something. And, we pulled up to the light, and this guy was next to us. And we were drag racing this guy, and she got pulled over by the Cleveland police.
Really?
She got a ticket for speeding, and this policeman says, lady, you were drag racing. And she said, yes, I was, officer. She said, well, I'm not giving you a ticket for drag racing, but I'm giving you a ticket for speeding.
Wow.
She goes, well, thank you, officer.
That is cool.
Yeah,
now that's a different memory.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
That's a great Mother's Day memory.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Okay, well, we got to take a break, and then we got some good news, I'm sure. Oh, I know Carl's got good news. He's been spouting it all day, so that's great news. So we will take a short break, and we'll be back.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. She's always gone too long. Anytime.
Soft plastics do catch fish, but when you supercharge them with scent, they can catch even more fish. That's where the power of Kodiak Scenting Soap comes in. Just drop your favorite plastic, worms, swim baits, grubs, or any other plastics into Kodiak Powerful Soap. Watch the difference and you'll be surprised. The soap will actually be absorbed into the plastic and last. Packed with natural oils and proven fish attractants, Kodiak Scenting Soap turns a soft plastic into an irresistible meal, whether you're chasing bass in freshwater or reds and snook in the salt. And unlike sprays that wash away, Kodiak penetrates the plastic so it will last cast after cast. Kodiak Scenting Soap. More scent, more strikes, more fish. Order yours today at www.castaway.com. That's castaway.com with a K.
Outdoor enthusiasts, get pumped! Join Joe Castaway Coulis on his solo adventure, The Outdoor World of Castaway Coulis, on the Outdoor Radio Network. The legend is back, and now on radio. Every Wednesday at 11 a.m., Joe brings you thrilling stories, expert tips, and all things hunting, fishing, and wild exploration. Catch The Outdoor World of Castaway Coulis. Tune in to the Outdoor Radio Network on iHeartRadio. Head to iHeart.com or grab the iHeartRadio app to start your adventure today.
Do you enjoy a good story about hunting or fishing? Then you need to get your hands on Tales from the Trails, the real-life adventures of Castaway Coulis. Take a journey around the world with Joe as he recounts some of his best hunting and fishing trips, from Africa to Alaska, from behind the Iron Curtain to Australia. You can share in his memories through the book, complete with pictures to take you on the journey. It's a trip back in time looking through the eyes of an outdoors legend. Order your copy today on Amazon or at castaway.com. That's Castaway with a K.com. Thanks for listening to the Inside the Great Outdoors podcast. If you have any questions, comments, or stories you'd like to share, shoot us an email at jcoulis@castaway.com. That's Castaway with a K. We'll share your comments with our audience on the following week's show. Thanks again for listening to Inside the Great Outdoors.
Welcome back. Listening to Inside the Great Outdoors, home stretch. And you got some good news. Well, who's going first?
You can go first, Normie.
Like we were saying, the walleyes are really, really biting off of Rocky River, but you're getting everything else in Rocky River, too. Smallmouth are biting there. As I said a couple weeks ago, I saw some young men really whacking the smallmouth out of Rocky River. They're still catching a couple of steelhead in Rocky River, getting some walleyes in Rocky River. As I said before, I'm hoping they get some white bass.
White bass.
Maybe coming up Rocky River.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's worth going out there. The docks weren't in yet at Rocky River. I was down there on Thursday, and
Is that good or bad?
That's bad.
Oh, okay.
But that river's been running like the Colorado River down there.
I was going to ask you.
The flow's been really, I think that's delayed everything.
Yeah, they have one. They had one dock in on Thursday. They were trying to get the docks in. They may be in this coming week, so hopefully they're in. But
if that rain
if you guys can get out, and they're not out far. Talk with some guys. They were getting them like not even a half mile off Rocky River,
at the mouth of the river.
Yeah, right out there.
And what do you got? Well, we know you. We heard your great news.
Well, my good news is named Keith.
Yeah.
So Keith from Brecksville. He's my good news.
Yeah.
So great news, actually.
Keith, I hope you put that bill in the mail.
Absolutely. He can send me whatever he wants. I'll be happy to take care of him as best I can.
Well, I hope that the new project, the redoing of it, will work out, okay?
I think it will.
Well, you got your sons, luckily.
I'm going to go home, and we're going to take a look at railroad ties and all that fun stuff. And Keith said he had somebody he was talking to with the I-beams and railroad ties. And
everybody's coming to see their mother today? Everybody's coming to see their mother?
Oh, yeah, the kids will be over.
Good.
And except my daughter, she's in Pennsylvania, so.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Happy Mother's Day, Sarah. She's got her little, my little crazy grandson, Isaac.
Yeah.
Who's, he's just wrapping up his first year in school in kindergarten, so he's a little terror, as boys can be.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're good and sometimes they're him.
Yeah.
Just ornery as the day is long.
And they like to run.
Oh, yeah, he's got more
energy.
And
I remember when I was young, and every Sunday we went to...
You still like to run.
Yeah, well, I'd go to my grandmother's, and the uncles would be there, and they're sitting, and I want to run. And they'd say, why are you running? And well, that's what you do. I thought it was normal. You just run all the time.
Yep.
Now I look, and I'm thinking, oh, my God. You're goofy, I'll tell you.
I'm trying to remember the last time I ran any place.
I can do a shuffle. That's about it. And there's no running involved anymore. No way. Not with my legs.
I can still run if I have to.
And my feet.
The other day, I said to my wife, I said, man, this is tough getting old. She goes, what do you mean getting old? You're old.
Yeah.
I couldn't run with that catheter, but now I can run. If I have to, I could run.
That'd be a good name for your memoirs, Running with a Catheter, the Joe Kula story.
The book.
You bend over, anything you did. Oh, geez. You go to sit down. It was
Running with the Catheter.
Joe
Kula.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. But I could still run if I have to.
That could have been his pen name, Bend Over.
Pen over, P-E-N over. Oh, yeah.
You silly boys. But no, there's all sorts of good news out there. The birds are back. The big birding festival's going on.
Yeah, that'd be a nice thing to go to.
And the show is growing.
Positive news.
We're getting more stations, and it's growing nationally. So and we try to talk more, not just Ohio stuff, but stuff that everybody could relate to. But they guarantee you they could relate to the oxygen learning. They could definitely learn about the bats and about the viruses. So we try to keep it diverse.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest thing, I think people like it because we laughed. We had the good chuckle about the Botox and the wrinkles today. That was a good one. But but the 3 hours fly by, and now I'm going to go buy some more tomato plants.
That could be the second lure he paints. We call it the catheter.
Well, the clearest sign of wisdom is continued cheerfulness.
Oh,
see,
we got a lot of wisdom here.
We're geniuses then.
Yep.
Well, I don't know where this weir's coming from. Do you, Carl?
My cheerfulness gets interrupted from time to time by the actions of others, whose quack shall remain nameless. That's fine. I'm. Keith has helped me over the mountain.
Good.
So
got your mind off of it.
You got it.
That's good.
And a whole new outlook to deal with things, and so thank you, Keith, very much.
Oh yeah.
And I will definitely pay it forward.
There you go.
And
you don't have to
pay
pay
it. Let me pay it backwards.
Pay it forward.
I will pay it forward any way I can.
Yep.
For people if I can do it.
So. Yeah. Well, that's it.
So.
I mean, you could only do so much. I did a little bit helping the guy yesterday, giving him a ride, and it was not only the hill, but it was a ways away too.
Oh, here's some good news from Brian Rimbowski.
Yes,
his friend Rick, who he fishes with, he said he went out yesterday and limited out of walleye, so they did good yesterday.
Yeah.
Out of,
I believe Cleveland. Probably run out of Edgewater, and between Edgewater and the Rocky River has been really good. That's time of year. That's a hot spot this time of year, in that 18 to 25, 28 feet of water. It's not far out at all.
No. And you could always take your mother, if she likes fishing, take her fishing for Mother's Day. Don't buy her something that you like. Buy her something.
Buy her a new fishing pole.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or take her on a charter. There's a lot of stuff you can.
7-foot pole with a nice Shimano reel.
Yeah.
She'd like that.
Perfect for Mom.
Well, only if you're serious.
The drag's nice and smooth.
Yeah, right. I don't know. It sounds a little personal there for yourself, but no.
Me?
Yeah, right. But
not you, Carl.
Yeah, right. Or let her go buy a pair of shoes. They like shoes.
My wife has bought more shoes.
Really? What's with all the shoes?
I have no idea. That's what I ask her.
Yeah.
I like shoes, too.
Do you?
Yeah.
I get one pair of shoes a year.
Yeah.
And probably a pair of boots every 2 years.
I have a dress shoe and a regular shoe for during the week. Then when I go outside, I put on boots. But I
got a bunch of shoes, but I just usually wear one pair
at a time.
Yeah. That's all I do.
Yeah.
I've had a pair of new shoes in the box because for a long time I could only wear one shoe. So
yeah,
the I've got a new pair of shoes in the box, and I don't know when I'm going to break them out.
Yeah,
so.
I got same thing. I bought a light pair of blue.
Yeah.
They were on sale, and I haven't opened the box yet because the other ones I got are fine. So, and they fit good and they're easy, but it's not fashion for me for sure. It's practicality and durability and stuff for taking care of the chickens or checking the traps or whatever. Mm-hmm. Did catch a big raccoon this week. I got a big male. So what I did is, like Chris told me, I got my big coyote trap, and I set that out. And he said, load it with bait. And I put everything I could think of in there. Sure enough, I got the video. He's going, boom, catch him. But it's a big 5-foot trap because he didn't want to go in the little one. I caught him. So I still got.
Well, I got to set out my Baltimore Oriole feeder,
yes.
Maybe my hummingbird feeder.
We're going to put some oranges out too. We've got a couple of. There's a post in the backyard.
Yeah.
We have a nail on.
Yeah, like I said, I put mine out right away, and some other birds.
Cut your orange in half and set it.
Yep.
Yeah. And some other birds are visiting it too. So, but yeah, they're there. So the problem is you get them hornets and other stuff get attracted to the jelly.
Yellow hornet traps. It really worked.
Yeah, you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then don't forget to buy that magic pad, the white pad for cleaning your ceramic.
Doesn't that work nice?
Steel. Yes.
Oh, boy, does it work good.
Oh, so that's a good way to. It's a simple, easy way to clean your knife sharpener. And the ceramic seemed to be the best. They just work so well, so easy. Used to be the steel. You couldn't clean them. Those are heck. But the ceramic, boy.
I got a really good steel. I bet you that steel of mine's 150 years old because my grandfather brought it over.
Isn't it worn down, though?
No. It's steel.
He brought it from the old country.
Yeah, he brought it from Czechoslovakia.
Yeah. Wow. Well, get out there. Make some memories. It's Mother's Day. Hopefully you're going to make them with your mother. And it's a good time of year. Good time of year.
Still in Florida.
And
I think they're coming.
If your
home
mom
tomorrow.
is not around and has gone to glory, just sit back and think of her and remember her today.
There you go.
Very important.
There you go. Whether you go sit out by the pond, think of those memories. Just concentrate on that and thank her.
My mom's up in that Dragway 42 in heaven up there,
Right. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that was a cool story. But yeah, make a call to somebody you haven't talked to, especially your mom. Win-win situation. Everybody gets to smile. And as I say, a day without a smile is a day wasted. And the older we get, the less chances and time we got to be wasting them days. And as my mother would always tell me, Joey, don't you ever take any wooden nickels.
You've been listening to Inside the Great Outdoors with Joe Kulis, Joe Keogh, and Dr. Norm. Join us every Sunday morning from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. on AM 1420 The Answer. Download the podcast of today's show and previous broadcasts at IGOradio.com. Follow the show on Facebook and get interactive with the cast and crew. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week, 7 a.m., right here on AM 1420 The Answer.